Now I'm going to introduce you to the concept of responsive design. This is one of the most important foundations in modern web development. Responsive design is the practice of building websites that adapt to different screen sizes and devices. In other words, it's the same website, but the experience changes depending on whether you're using a phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop. Responsive design means that a website's layout, content, and functionality adjusts dynamically based on the user's screen and environment. It is important to understand that it's not just about shrinking things to fit smaller screens. Instead, it's about restructuring and prioritizing content so users get the best experience no matter what device they're using. The big idea behind responsive design is flexibility, adaptability, and user-centered layout. A responsive website changes its layout based on screen size, adjusts content for readability, and maintains usability across all devices. So why does responsive design matter? First, people use different devices. Many users browse on their phones, while others use tablets or desktops. If your site only works well on a desktop, text might be too small, layouts can break, and users will likely leave. Second, responsive design improves user experience. It enhances readability, makes navigation easier, and improves accessibility for all users. Third, responsive design is highly relevant in the real world. It's required in modern web design jobs and is used by virtually every major website today. Just to summarize, responsive design is built on three main principles. First, fluid layouts, meaning elements resize based on the screen. Second, flexible media, things like images and videos that scale properly so they don't break the layout. And third, media queries. These are rules that apply different styles based on screen size. For example, changing styles when the screen is 600 pixels or larger. To make this work, we use breakpoints. These are the points where the layout changes. An important insight is that breakpoints are not about specific devices. They're about identifying when your design starts to break and fixing it at that point. Let's compare fixed and fluid layouts. A fixed layout sets a width, like 800 pixels, and it doesn't adjust. This often causes horizontal scrolling on smaller screens. A fluid layout uses a percentage, such as 100%. This will adapt to the screen size and works across any device. Another important concept is mobile-first thinking. Instead of designing for desktop first, we start with mobile and then scale up. This forces us to prioritize content, improves performance, and makes it easier to expand the design. It's also the industry's standard. Here's a simple analogy. Responsive design is like water in a container. It changes shape depending on where it's placed, but it's still the same water. There are a few common misconceptions that beginners tend to have. Responsive design is not just a smaller version of the desktop site. It's a reorganized layout. It's also not just about media queries. You also need flexible layouts and images. And finally, it doesn't happen automatically. You have to design for it intentionally. The real goal of responsive design is not just to make things fit on a screen. It's to make your website usable, readable, and accessible for everyone. To summarize, responsive design is about creating flexible layouts that adapt to different screens, ensuring your website is both usable and visually effective everywhere. Now you have a strong conceptual foundation of responsive design. We'll be applying these ideas to our work in the next series of lectures.